GMNA uses artificial intelligence for generated speech, visuals, and production. AI-generated content may contain errors. Please verify important information before making decisions or taking action.
Good night, Montreal.
Yesterday, emergency crews responded to a distress call along the historic Lachine Canal after a young adult slipped into the water. A second individual seeing the fall leapt in to attempt a rescue, and both were pulled from the canal by first responders. Paramedics transported the two adults to hospital, where they remain in critical condition. Police officials confirmed that the incident occurred near the canal's eastern towpath, an area known for recreational use and past accidents. The city's public safety department reminded residents that the waterway's currents can be swift and that proper precautions are advised. Investigators are reviewing the circumstances surrounding the fall. No other injuries were reported, and the canal will remain closed to the public while authorities complete their assessment. City officials said the incident will lead to a review of safety measures and the possible addition of signage along the canal.
Two class action lawsuits were lodged today in the Quebec Superior Court, targeting the city of Montreal and several West Island municipalities. Plaintiffs allege the municipalities ignored known flood vulnerabilities despite warnings and failed to take adequate steps before the heavy rains of June 20th that inundated streets and basements across the West Island. The complaints say the authorities had long been aware of the area's drainage challenges, but did nothing to reduce the risk. Residents affected by the June storm are seeking compensation for property damage and a court order compelling the municipalities to upgrade storm water infrastructure. Lawyers for the claimants argue the inaction contributed directly to the extensive flooding that displaced families and forced emergency crews onto the streets. The court will now review the filings and determine whether the case proceeds to trial.
The Patriote de France's much-anticipated aerobatic display slated for today over the island in Quebec City will lift off 2 hours later than planned. The French Air Force team, famed for its precise alpha jet formations, was scheduled to begin the show this morning, but a delay has pushed the takeoff to mid-afternoon. Air traffic controllers have coordinated with local airports to ensure safe corridors for the performance. Officials said the postponement will not affect the full program, which includes synchronized loops, rolls, and high-speed passes that draw crowds to the sky. Spectators gathered along the waterfront and downtown corridors can still expect the signature blue-white-red trails that mark the squadron's heritage. The team, which tour internationally, will showcase its skills set over both the metropolitan area and the capital region later this afternoon, offering a rare glimpse of military aviation artistry.
Authorities responded this afternoon after a freight train left the tracks in the Lagardère sector of Repentigny. Repentigny police confirmed the derailment occurred on the line that serves the greater Montreal area. Emergency crews arrived quickly, but there were no reported injuries. Officials said the train's cargo remained secured and no hazardous material was released. The derailment caused temporary service disruptions on the commuter corridor, and rail operators are working to clear the tracks before evening. Police are investigating the cause, which could involve track conditions or equipment failure. Residents in the nearby neighborhoods were asked to avoid the area while investigators secure the site. The derailment automatically shut down the signal system, stopping all trains on the line until engineers inspected the track. Officials expect service to resume by late evening. No further details have been released at this time.
Teen sensation Summer McIntosh rewrote the record books today at the Canadian swimming trials held in Montreal. The 19-year-old posted a new world best in the 200-meter butterfly, trimming the previous mark by a noticeable margin. Officials confirmed the time as the fastest ever recorded for the event, earning her immediate world record status. The performance came in the final heat, where McIntosh surged ahead in the last 50 meters to clinch the title and the record simultaneously. Coaches and teammates praised her disciplined preparation and calm composure under pressure. The achievement adds to Canada's growing presence in international swimming, and it positions McIntosh as a leading contender for upcoming global championships. Spectators in the arena celebrated with a standing ovation as the new world record was announced. Her next goal is the World Aquatics Championships this summer.
Later, we'll hear from a Montreal Heart Institute researcher on heat adaptation strategies for the city. Stay tuned. We will be right back.
Watch the local sunset tonight at 6 p.m. for all your local Montreal news.
Our cameras are rolling at Stewart Hall, where the community's annual picnic competition is in full swing, featuring a special teddy bear picnic. Families are gathering along the lake shore, tables are being set, and excitement is building for today's festivities. Jacqueline Laflamme, you're on the scene.
Good afternoon. We're here at Stewart Hall today, and they have their annual picnic competition, and I'm here representing the Teddy Bear Picnic.
Sounds like a lively gathering. Can you tell us who's joining the festivities and what they're up to right now?
This is a wonderful community event, and there are quite a few members of our wonderful community here on the lake shore participating. And everybody is very busy right now setting up their picnic table.
With everyone busy setting up, when does the official judging begin and who's helping to run it?
So the judging for the picnic starts today at 12 o'clock. And I would like to also introduce the Friends of Stewart Hall, who are quite instrumental in getting this event together and for the judging.
Beyond the timing, what's the overall purpose of today's event and which organization is sponsoring it?
So this is really a wonderful event that takes place at Stewart Hall. It's represented by the City of Pointe Claire. And what we hope to do today is raise awareness and just have a great time.
Now that the goals are clear, how are participants feeling about the judges in today's sunny weather?
So we're super excited for the judges to do their thing so that everybody could sit down and start to enjoy all their lovely snacks that they brought today. And it's a beautiful sunny day, and we all hope to have an amazing, amazing time. And thank you again to Stewart Hall and the City of Pointe Claire.
Thanks, Jacqueline, for that lively update. We'll keep an eye on the competition as it unfolds. Back to you. Welcome back, everyone. Thanks for staying with us. Now let's turn to Rachel for the local stories you need to hear.
Kirby Dach, the Canadiens forward who logged 34 points last season, will file for salary arbitration tomorrow. The move follows a one-year, $4 million qualifying offer the club extended to him. By invoking arbitration, Dach seeks to have an independent arbitrator determine his next contract, a standard recourse when a player and club cannot agree on terms. The process, overseen by the NHL, could set the salary for the upcoming season and affect the team's payroll flexibility. For fans planning to attend games this fall, the outcome may influence roster decisions and ticket pricing. The filing must be made before League's July 15th deadline, and the arbitrator's award, due in August, could be accepted or declined, deciding if Dach stays with club or becomes a free agent.
Researcher Daniel Gagnon of the Epic Center at the Montreal Heart Institute sat down with CBC's Sonali Karnik today to outline his team's latest findings on heat adaptation. He said the center is mapping how neighborhoods can tweak building design, green space placement, and public cooling hubs to lessen the strain of hotter days. Gagnon noted that simple measures like planting shade trees along streets and installing reflective roofing can cut indoor temperatures by several degrees, offering relief for seniors and families with young children. He also highlighted community-led cooling stations that provide water and rest areas during heat spikes. The Institute hopes these strategies will help residents stay safe as summer temperatures climb, turning research into practical steps that can be rolled out across the city. For Montreal families who often spend evenings on balconies, these tips could make a noticeable difference.
At 6 a.m. this morning, a residential fire ignited in the Rivière des Prairies Pointe-aux-Trembles borough, drawing an unprecedented response from the city's fire services. Roughly 100 firefighters arrived on scene within minutes, deploying hoses, ladders, and a command unit to contain the blaze. The flames, fed by wooden structures common in the neighborhood, have scorched several homes and forced the evacuation of nearby residents. Thick smoke continues to billow from the two-story houses as crews work to prevent further spread toward adjacent streets. Power has been shut off in the immediate area, and traffic on Rue de la Rivière is being rerouted around the incident. Officials say the investigation into the cause will begin once the fire is fully under control and additional resources remain on standby. Neighbors reported hearing alarms as the fire roared, and several families are currently sheltering at a local community center.
Import SIS. Def sum numbers in file path. Total equals 0. Try. With open file path R as file. For line in line strip, split. Try. Number equals float, line. Total plus equals total. Accept value error. Continue. Print F sum, total. Accept file not found error. Print F error, file not found, file path. If name equals main. If len sys argv equals 2. Print usage Python. LC. Some numbers in file sys argv1.
The obstetrics department at Ville Marie Hospital in Témiscamingue has shut its doors for the bulk of the summer, officials confirmed today. Expectant mothers from the surrounding region will need to travel to alternative facilities for prenatal visits, ultrasounds, and delivery services. Health authorities say the temporary closure is tied to seasonal staffing shortages and planned renovations, though no specific reopening date has been set. The move comes as many families already juggling childcare and work schedules, meaning longer commutes and potential delays in care. Local clinics are advising patients to arrange appointments early and to verify which hospitals remain fully operational. While the hospital continues to offer other medical services, the obstetrics unit's absence is expected to increase demand on neighboring centers throughout the season. Some families are reconsidering home birth options, while others are coordinating with midwives to bridge the gap.
Now, let's check the forecast and see what tonight's weather has in store for us.
A deepening high-pressure ridge and a fast westward jet are quelling any chance of rain tonight. On this date, the all-time high reached 34.4 degrees Celsius in 2018, a spike that rode the tail end of an unprecedented heat wave across the province. The all-time low fell to 13.7 degrees Celsius in 2017, recorded during a sudden Arctic air surge that snapped a string of mild nights. By contrast, the climatological normals sit near 29 degrees for the high and 16 for the low, underscoring how today's 30 degrees feels warm but not record-breaking. The live radar shows a clear swath from the St. Lawrence out to the Laurentians, with no echo returning anywhere in the basin. That emptiness reflects the high-pressure dome that is sinking, suppressing lift, while the powerful westward jet streams the moisture aloft far to the east. With no cells forming, precipitation will remain absent through the night, and the map will stay quiet as the system drifts eastward. Turning now to tonight's outlook. At 11 p.m., the city sits under partly cloudy skies with a temperature of 24 degrees and humidity 38%. A light north wind of 7 kilometers per hour brushes the streets, while the dew point rests at 9 degrees. High pressure is building aloft and rising, sealing in stable conditions, and a fast westward jet of 171 kilometers per hour streams overhead, steering any upper-level disturbances well east of the province. With no precipitation on the radar and no active alerts, the night will remain dry. The UV index reads 8, but with the sunset, the index will quickly fall to negligible. By tomorrow morning, the high will climb toward 30 degrees, then dip to a low of 17 after midnight, driven by the same ridge. The next 5 days will be shaped by the lingering high-pressure ridge, with modest northwesterly nudges allowing clouds to thicken midweek. Monday brings an overcast sky and a high near 30 degrees while lows dip to 16, keeping the heat in check. Tuesday clears, offering a crisp 29-degree high and a mild 20-degree low under a clear dome. Wednesday stays sunny, pushing the high to 31 and the low to 21, a warm stretch that feels like August. Thursday reintroduces cloud cover and a 30% chance of rain, with temperatures holding at 31 highs and 21 lows, signaling a cooler pulse. Friday remains overcast with a 35% rain risk, and the high eases to 27 while the low stays around 20, rounding out a week that swings from dry heat to early autumnal chill. And that's your weather. Remember, the wrap is also available as a podcast. Listen anytime on Spotify or wherever you get your podcasts.
Coming up, we'll break down traffic snarls, preview tonight's theater lineup, and catch the latest on our Canadians in season. We will be right back.
Watch the local sunset tonight at 6 p.m. for all your local Montreal news.
And now here's Jason with sports.
Local soccer dominates, and a familiar Hab finds a new home. The Montreal Roses made a statement in Northern Super League play Saturday, rolling past Vancouver Rise 5-1. Evelyn Badu was the story, netting all three of her team's first goals in a dominant hat-trick performance. CBC Sports Soccer has the Roses' margin of victory at 4 goals. A chapter has closed on Brendan Gallagher's time in Montreal. The Canadians dealt the longtime forward to the Vancouver Canucks in exchange for future considerations. CBC Sports NHL reported the move late last month, ending Gallagher's run with the only NHL organization he had ever known. Before his trade to Vancouver was announced, Brendan Gallagher received a remarkable honor. The city of Montreal named him an honorary citizen with a ceremony held at City Hall. A fitting tribute to a player who gave everything to this city, according to CBC Sports.
On St. Catherine Street, the familiar red and black sign of Steve's Music is being lowered for the last time, marking the end of more than 60 years of melodies, lessons, and community gatherings. Inside, the polished hardwood floors echo with the soft hum of a dozen guitars, a battered upright piano that survived every era, and the laughter of a teenager who just nailed his first chord after a decade of weekly lessons. One of the store's veteran clerks, Marie, has been there since the 70s, and she paused today to hand a handwritten note to a regular who has been buying records here since his youth. The note reads, "Your first vinyl, our final day. Thank you for filling these walls with music." The customer, eyes glistening, lifted the record, a rare pressing of a local band that first played in the shop's backroom, and placed it on the counter as a quiet tribute. It's a bittersweet farewell, but the melodies that started on these aisles will travel far beyond the storefront, echoing through homes, studios, and the streets of Montreal. The city's love for music endures, even as doors close.
On a crisp Saturday morning in the Plateau Montreal, Rachel Reid stands outside Café Olympico, a modest espresso bar whose turquoise awning has become a neighborhood landmark. Today she's joined by the owners of 3 other local haunts, Café Parvis on St. Laurent, Dispatch Coffee in the Myland, and Café Vienne on St. Denis, each holding a sleek card that reads World's 100 Best Coffee Shops, North America. The guide places all 4 cafes alongside establishments in Seattle, Mexico City, and Kingston, a testament to the city's coffee culture. Inside Olympico, the scent of freshly ground beans mingles with the soft hum of French-Canadian jazz, and barista Leia pulls a perfect crema crown latte that she slides across the counter with a smile that says, "We've earned our place." Across town, Parvis pastry chef offers a flaky almond croissant that melts into the espresso's dark notes, while Dispatch's pour-over glass captures the sunrise in a steady stream. When the list was announced, regular patrons erupted into spontaneous applause, their cheers echoing through brick-lined streets, a reminder that community thrives when flavor and dedication meet. It's a simple proof that a great cup can lift a whole neighborhood.
Thanks, Montreal, for tuning in to The Wrap. Tonight's highlight was Summer McIntosh's stunning 200-meter butterfly world record, a true showcase of our city's talent. We appreciate your partnership and look forward to bringing you more stories tomorrow. Stay safe, stay curious, and see you then.